Hi everybody, I am Debbie with Rocky Mountain Lodge, and today I have a really special helper. I have this little leprechaun Gabe here, my little wee leprechaun. Do you know what wee means, Gabe?
Uh-huh.
What does wee mean?
It means wee.
What does it mean? It means little in Scottish and Irish. So today we're going to be making some St. Patrick's Day treats for you. We're going to be making some glazed mint brownies, which you can find the recipe in our cookbook here, Rocky Mountain Lodge, More Favorite Recipes. And right now I'm running a special on these cookbooks for half price. You can get our cookbooks for $10 at our webpage, RockyMountainLodge.com, and click on the gift shop tab, and these will be half off. So $10 plus shipping, you can find this recipe and 499 other recipes there. All right, so I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. And so in addition to mint glazed brownies, we're also going to be making a Shamrock Shake for our little guy here and a Baileys Mint Martini for adults. And so we're all going to indulge in all of those today, and it won't take too long because we've got some of this prep work already done. So the first thing that we're going to do is make these glazed mint brownies. You ready to help me make brownies? Mm-hmm. Or are you more ready to eat brownies?
More ready to eat brownies.
Of course! So you can do both. How's that?
Yep.
Okay, so first we're going to make some brownies here. So what we need for these brownies are, we are going to need 2 squares of unsweetened chocolate, which this is the chocolate that I use, but it needs to be unsweetened. So you don't want any sweetener in it because we're going to be adding sugar to it. And they come in little 1-ounce squares like this, which makes it easy to measure. I've already chopped up 1 ounce, and now I'm going to chop up another. If you only need a ½ ounce for a recipe, you can always break this in half and just have a ½ ounce. So now I'm going to chop this one up. And while I'm chopping this one up, Gabe, can you break 2 eggs in here for me? Can you crack 2 eggs? Have you cracked eggs before?
Yep.
So crack 1 egg in here, and then there's a trash for you to throw the shell in. And I'm going to chop this up while my little leprechaun helper helps me out here. Make sure there's no shells in there.
No eggshells.
My hubby can't film today. He's working from home. It's been nice to have him home for the last year. I think he's going to go back to work in May. That'll be sad. We also need 1 stick of butter, which is a ½ cup. Good job on those eggs there. Okay. And some. What's that? Oh, that one looks like a smiley face?
Yep.
Yes. See that? He cracked those eggs just to look like a little smiley face. Good job there, Gaby. My little leprechaun. My wee leprechaun. Okay. So, did you bring me some gold for the pot at the pot on the other side of the rainbow? A pot of gold? Did you bring me gold?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, to this ½ cup of butter, we're going to add our chocolate, and we are going to melt these together. And so I'm just going to put this in the microwave on half power for 2 minutes. It just depends on the temperature of your microwave, or the wattage of your microwave, I should say. So we're just going to do 2 minutes here on half power. All right. And now in here, while that is cooking, Gabe, can you pour those eggs in here? So we've got 2 eggs, and then you can put that in the sink. Thank you. And because I live at high altitude, I add a little extra egg whites to mine, just because I have some egg whites left over from another recipe where I needed yolks. Whoops, a little bit much. But if you're not at high altitude, you don't need to add extra liquid. I'm just adding extra yolks because of my altitude. And now we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Can you add the sugar to these eggs, Gabe? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. And now we're going to mix this up right here. Okay. So just 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, and to this, once that's blended, we're going to add a ½ cup of flour. And that's all we're going to need for these brownies. Pretty easy. So I'm going to spray our pan here so it doesn't stick. This is just an 8-inch square pan. So So our eggs are mixed up pretty good with our sugar, so now we're going to add our flour. Gabe, do you want to pour the flour in there?
Yeah, I spilled some.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, well, let's get that in there. I cleaned the counter before we started. And you washed your hands, right? Good job. Okay. So we're going to mix those up together. What's that?
It looks so cool.
It looks cool? Okay. Let me see if our chocolate is done. Just about. Alright. So this has been sitting, or melting rather, for a couple of minutes. So Gabe, do you want to stir this? Stir it slowly and gently.
It looks like chocolate milk.
It looks like chocolate milk.
Yeah, look.
So it's just butter and chocolate.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, you want me to finish it? Okay, so we're just going to make sure all of this is mixed in really well. Mix this up. And normally you would let this cool for just a little bit before we add it to here. But I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle it in super slowly, and then it won't curdle our eggs. That's the reason we let it cool, is so that it doesn't curdle our eggs. But since we're ready now, and I didn't do this ahead of time, that's not going to be very good because there's no sugar in here. You can try it. What do you think?
Yum.
It's still good, but it's not sweet, huh?
Nah,
No, because the sugar's in here. So now we're going to drizzle this in here. So I'm going to pour it in slowly so that it doesn't curdle the eggs. You watching? Okay. What do you think?
It looks like a chocolate fountain.
A chocolate fountain?
Oh, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Okay. Get all the rest of that chocolate goodness in there. Okay. Alrighty. Would you put that one in the sink for me, please? Okay. Alright, I'm just going to scrape this down for a little bit here. And then I'm going to have Gabe, I'm going to pour this in here, and then we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And then once it's done baking, you have to let it cool before you can frost it. So 1 second here. You want to go ahead? Yeah, you can pour it in there. Oh, I've got to twist it off of there. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and pour it in. Okay, you want me to help you scrape that out?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to scrape all of this into this pan. Here, let me hold that. Thank you. All right. Yes, you can lick the bowl, of course. That's and the spoon. That's the nice thing that you get to do when you are my helper, right? All right. There you go. The leprechaun treat. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to put this in the oven and let it bake for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. For 25 minutes. All right. Okay, Gabe, now I have another job for you. You ready? So I have one here that I made this morning. Now we're going to make the frosting for this. So this is what it will be like. I actually put this one on some parchment paper so I could just pull it out and use my pan to make this one. And then it's going to also make it easier to cut into squares because we can pull it out and it'll be easier. All right, so now we have to do frosting, Gabe. You ready to make frosting? Okay, so for our frosting, we have 3 tablespoons of softened butter. And to this, we're going to add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, also known as confectioner's sugar. Okay. Well, that made a little bit of a poof, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then to this, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of milk. So let me get some milk here. take out a couple of other things we're going to need later for our shakes.
Here's 2 tablespoons.
What's that?
I found 2 tablespoons.
Okay. Do you see one that says tablespoon? This one says TSP is teaspoon. Find a capital T, BSP. Which one has a capital T? Do you see one that has a capital T? What does this one say? Capital T. Okay, so now we need 2 tablespoons of milk. Whoop. That was a little much. I think that's probably 2 tablespoons. Okay, if we need more, since we didn't measure good, we'll add more later. Okay, now we're going to need 3/4 of a teaspoon. That's this one. So let's do this together. Okay, so I don't mess up again. Of peppermint extract. So we have peppermint extract here. Go ahead and pour that in. How does that smell?
Ah, terrific.
Terrific. You like mint? Good. All right, and then now we need 4 drops of green food coloring. Would you do this for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you squeeze that and put 4 drops in there? 1,
2, 3, and this 4.
Good. Okay. There's a lid. You can cover that up.
I want to mix it. Can I do that?
Yes, you can do this. Okay. It'll be hard at first, but then it'll get easier. So right now, okay, go very low. Okay, got it? No, not that one. That takes the beaters out. We don't want to do that. Okay, ready? Okay, just hold it here. Are you right hand? Which hand do you write with? You write with this hand? Do you write with this hand? Okay, so you're right-handed. There are a few members in his family that are lefties. Okay, so now we are making our frosting, which is going to go on top of our cool brownies. Annie. Get all these edges. I'll turn it while you do that, okay? Good. Okay. I think we have enough milk. You might have too much milk. Okay. You go around like this. There we go. I think I added a little too much milk. So if you add too much milk, you just add a little extra powdered sugar to thicken it a little bit. Okay, go on. Start on low.
Join the videos. Keep saying bring it on camera. Join the video.
All right. So I think we're getting much better. But this frosting looks great. Okay, Gabe, now I'm going to have you spread this on our brownies.
Oh, no. This one?
Yep. You can use one of these here. And what I want you to do is I'll plop it on here and you spread it around, okay?
How? With this?
I got it right here with this one. You need that one for our chocolate topping. Okay. So now what I want you to do, once we get this all on here, I want you to spread this all around to all the edges. Okay? Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So use the back of that and just spread it all the way around, all the way to the edges. All right, and while he is doing that, I will make the chocolate glaze to go on top. So for our chocolate glaze, we are going to need a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm just going to put these in the microwave again for about 1 minute on half power, 1.5 minutes on half power to melt these up.
Okay, that's all done. Wait.
Okay, let's see. How are we doing over here? Okay, you want some help? Good job. Okay, because then after this, you're going to spread the chocolate. And then you get to put sprinkles on. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you wanting to lick this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, we just want to get it all covered. All right, there you go. Okay, how is that?
Good.
Is it minty? Okay, do you want to show him your fancy hat? Gabe really wanted to show him his fancy leprechaun hat here. There we go. You're flashing. Okay. And I have to tell you all that my granddaughter Alyssa is my camera woman today. Thank you, Alyssa.
You're welcome, Nanny.
We were going to just set it up on a stand and have it be static, but she happened to come over about 10 minutes before we started, and I asked if she would be our camera person, and she gladly is obliging. Okay. All right. So now, while we're waiting on that chocolate, we're going to work on some of our beverages for today. We're going to make 2 beverages. The first one is going to be a Shamrock Shake, which is non-alcoholic, so anybody that doesn't, whoops, let me wait on that. Okay, you done with that, Gabe? You want to come over here and make this? Okay, so what we're going to put in here is, let me get a spoon. We're going to need a pint of vanilla ice cream. So do you want to scoop this in here for me? And I'm going to go check on that chocolate. All right, I think our chocolate is ready.
Nanny, look.
You getting that in there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look how big of a piece.
One big chunk? Okay. This is going to be enough for you and Alyssa to share.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you don't want to share?
No, that means I do.
You do want to share. Oh, okay. That's a lot, because we're going to add more stuff to that. That's just what we start with. Make sure you get all that ice cream, right? You don't want to miss any of that, right? It's so good. All right, I think our chocolate is ready for you to spread. You ready to spread the chocolate on here now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, so let me just dollop a little bit, and then you can kind of spread it. Now this is going to be really thin, so we're going to try hard not to mix it in with the frosting.
You can do that.
Oh, you want me to do this part?
Uh-huh, I can't.
Okay, but you're going to get to do the sprinkles after this. How's that? Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and spread this kind of thin. Our frosting is still a little bit on the thin side, so I'm having a little bit of a tough time. Usually it's a little thicker, but we ended up putting a little bit too much milk in there. So last few videos I've done, we've had a little bit of issues, but that's okay. We're going to put some candy sprinkles on here, and that's going to cover all of that up. Right?
There we go.
You got your hat? You liking that? Okay. All right. So we have our chocolate on there. There we go. Okay, now your job, Gabe, is to put some sprinkles on there. Where's my little container of sprinkles? So I want you to just take pinches and sprinkle them all over. Okay, until all over the whole thing, okay? Yep, that's it. Good job. And so once he is done sprinkling those, we need to put it in the refrigerator until it sets. Until the frosting and the chocolate have
Yeah, I'm
set.
just gonna do this.
No, let's not do all those. That's kind of a lot. There. I know. You have to use patience, huh? But you would love all of these, wouldn't you?
It's actually making me hungry.
They're making you hungry? Okay.
Could I pour this in?
All right. So this is what it would look like. Not quite yet. So I'm going to set this one aside. And now I'm going to bring out one that we already have done. That one's going to go in the refrigerator. And here's one that I made. I made the brownies last night, and then I frosted it this morning. So this is what it's like when the frosting is the right consistency. You're able to cover that whole thing. And now we're going to cut this into slices. And it's easier to cut it into slices once you can take it out of the pan. So I'm going to cut this into 16 slices.
16? Whoa.
16. You can cut it into smaller pieces if you want, but I think 16 works just fine. What do you think, Gabe?
Yeah.
You guys had these the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had to make these for my blog post, and so I needed a picture, so I made them and then brought the leftovers to their house. And so now we have our mint chocolate brownies. What do you think? Okay, you want to have one with your shake? Do you want to eat one right now while we're making the shake? Or let's finish the shake, and then you can have it with your shake. So there's our glazed mint brownies. You can find the recipe at our website, RockyMountainLodge.com, and click on the recipes tab. All right, so we're going to continue on to our beverages. All right, so now we have 2 cups or 1 quart of vanilla ice cream in here. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of whole milk. Go ahead and pour that in. All right, let me turn this around. Okay, a 1/4 cup of whole milk. And now we need a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract.
Oh, again.
Well, this time just a 1/2 teaspoon. So I don't put too much in here. You help me hold it? Oh. Okay, go ahead and pour that in. All right, and then we're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. Ready? Oops. Your hat's in the way. Okay, go ahead and pour that in. All right, and then we need like 3 to 4 drops of green food coloring. So would you like to do the honors again? You can do like 3 or 4, whatever you want. If you want more green, do 4.
2, 3, 4.
Perfect. All right, and now we're going to blend this up. You can put that lid on. Okay. You ready? You excited for this? Okay. Oh, I guess I have to turn it on. That would be helpful. Looks like it's blending up. Looking good?
How's it not going fast?
It's going as fast as it can. All right. Let's see how it looks. Because it's kind of, there we go. There's our milkshake. Let's pour it in some glasses here.
Are we going to have this on it?
Of course. Yes. So we're going to have whipped cream on it too. Let's see if I can get this out of here without just blobbing it like I'm doing everything else today. What do you think? Does that look delicious?
Oh, yes. Are we going to have it with a cherry on top?
You want a cherry on top?
Yes.
I'll have to go get a cherry. But yes, we do have maraschino cherries here to add to it. But we have to get one here for our camera girl.
Yeah, the one with the
Let's
most.
get, so there's a little bit more in there. We'll have to scrape that out.
I want this one.
Let's scrape this out. You want which one?
This one.
Why do you want that one?
It has some host.
It has the most. Of course. Of course. Okay. So let's add the rest of this for Alyssa. Okay. Now, let's add some whipped cream. Yeah, you ready for the whipped cream? Okay. Okay, and now we need a little bit of green sprinkles on here. Green sprinkles. There we have some Shamrock Shakes. And you want a cherry on top? Okay, let's go get a cherry. Do you want a cherry, Alyssa? No. Okay. Okay, let me find this cherry.
Do you want cherry?
These are getting dried out. Okay, we'll get one. You guys might not have to. Oh, look, they're all stuck to the bottom. Oh, these are a little old. Time for Nanny to buy new ones. I can't get one out. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, and a cherry on top. And here is a Shamrock Shake for Gabe. So we'll get a straw here for you. And now you also need, wait. Oh, putting it back. Okay. And then you need a shamrock. Right? Okay. So here are our Shamrock Shakes for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to pass that on. And now I'm going to make our adult one. Now wait, before you eat it, let me make mine really fast. I have it all ready because then we have to toast. Okay? Right? All right. So now to make our Baileys Mint Martini, I have in my little shaker some ice. Then we're going to add 1 ounce of Baileys Irish cream.
Is there caffeine in it?
No, but there's alcohol, so you can't have this one.
Nope.
This is a grown-up one. 1 ounce of creme de menthe liqueur.
And then alcohol.
1 ounce of vodka. That's alcohol. This is a grown-up drink. You can't have this one until you're 21. But you can have that one. And then 1 ounce of half and half. So that's it for this one. Now we're going to put this lid on and shake it up. Where's my little topper? Okay. So now we're going to put the top on. We're going to shake it up so it gets nice and cold. And now we're going to pour it in our martini glass.
Wow.
That creme de menthe is what makes it green.
Yeah.
And so now we are going to top this one with a little bit of whipped cream.
Wait.
And then a little bit of shaved chocolate to make it pretty. And let's make that prettier. There. Well, almost. Okay, then we're going to shave some chocolate on there. Just a little bit of chocolate shavings. And voila. There is our Irish
Martini.
our Baileys Mint Martini and our Shamrock Shake. So now what we're going to do is we're going to toast, but we're going to toast like they do in Ireland. We're going to say slanja, slanja, which means to life, I think. We say cheers here in America, and they say
Cheers.
slanja, slanja. All right. Is it a leprechaun approved?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody, thanks for joining us today. And you guys can have a brownie, of course, to go with that, as can you, Alyssa. So come back next week, and I will have 2 other little helpers with me. Gabe's little sisters are going to help me out, and we're going to start doing some Easter cooking. We are going to be making some resurrection rolls next week for Easter. So come and join us next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And we'll see you then. You can find these recipes on our website, RockyMountainLodge.com. And you can also pick up our cookbook there. We're running a special half off, so it's $10. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Have a great day, everybody.